I hope everyone is having a great new year. And 2017 is ending, and since it's ending, I'm going to showcase my number one title of the year. It is Nier Automata. And what do you get when you get a scantily clad, French made android with really super huge swords and a buddy that has white hair, his eyes are all covered, and he looks like he just got out of a Japanese trade school? I guess you get a 2B and 9S. There are two characters in this game, and 2B is a really cool character. Outside of all the Japanese influence, because it is a Japanese game, so there's that, and that's the moment. The combat in this game is really fun. It's a game that doesn't really have too many fans, but usually the fans that dislike it can't figure out why they dislike it. It has some jarring issues when it comes to performance on the PC and on the PlayStation, but they're not just really not distracting enough to throw it shade. But before I go any further, I'm just going to give a brief summary of what the title is about. And if anybody has any interest in this game, it is fun. It is just beyond what I was expecting a game to showcase, and it does. It doesn't look the best. It's not the best looker game. The voice acting isn't. The movements of the mouths aren't on sync, or they don't even sync up at all. It's just that when you put time and effort into really awesome characters that have really fun things to say, or just fun character designs, and you have an environment that you want to spend time in, it's worth the shot to go for. But Nier Automata is an action role-playing video game developed by Platinum Games, published by Square Enix for PlayStation 4 and Microsoft Windows. And the game was released in Japan in February 2017 and worldwide the following month. Nier Automata is a sequel to the 2000 video game Nier, a spin-off of the Drakengard series. Set in the midst of a proxy war between machines created by otherworldly invaders and the remnants of humanity, the story follows the battles of a combat android, her companion, and a fugitive prototype. Gameplay combines role-playing elements with action-based combat and mixed genre gameplays, which is similar to that of Nier. Production began in 2014 with series creator Yoko Taro, producer Yosaki Saito, and composers Kiyoshi Okabe and Kyogo Hoashi returning to their respective roles, as well as Square Enix artist Akiko Yoshida in charge of character design. The story is based around themes similar to Yoko's works, such as people's impulse to kill, while also incorporating issues such as confronting prejudice and escaping difficult situations. The goal was to make a Nier game true to the spirit of the original, while simultaneously crafting a better combat system. As a project entirely new to the developers, the staff at Platinum Games faced multiple challenges when developing its gameplay and open-world element. Upon release, Nier Automata was met with very positive reviews, with critics praising the game's narrative, characterization, thematic depth, music design, combat system, and mixture of different gameplay genres, as well as its usage of the video game medium to tell its story, while criticisms were leveled at the game's visual and technical issues. This game was super fun to play. I'm not so super far into it, and I haven't finished it. But from what I've heard from most players, this game has multiple endings, and each multiple endings take place from different variant positions. One will be 2B from the initial playthrough. Second will be 9S, and there'll be variants amongst the experiences. And also, the crazy cool thing is about this game is that it goes from third person. It's got really easy lock-ons. The combat system is really easy to get to deal with, and the swords are fun to use. The gunplay is fun to use. The little robot dudes where you lock on things is fun to use. And also, it's got some really crazy things when it switches to perspectives. It uses fixed camera angles. It uses um, the third old time, the third person perspective, bullet time or bullet tier style gameplay, similar to like say how Asteroids is laid out. It is just bizarre and it's a unique experience. It's got a pretty good pedigree behind it because it's Platinum Games. Platinum Games has a track record of having at least really good combat systems and really cool ideas when it comes to either the character designs using these combat systems and using the environment to the advantage of the player. There was just something really awe-inspiring about playing as a super fast android that's just super slutty that just destroys everything around her. But at the same time, though, you end up gaining um, affection towards this character and how um, she interacts with the environment or secondary characters or just subtle things that are in the dialogue. In the dialogue, as I mentioned earlier before, in the preface, it actually has elements where there's prejudices against people. It brings up subtle racism elements. It brings up humanity to a degree. Where this sequence here that I'm showing actually has these robots that are designed to destroy humanity, wanting to become humans. And they're trying to find and embrace something as simplistic as fun and joy and smiles and stuff like that. So they take over this amusement park area and they want to be human. They don't want to destroy themselves with just the vile nature of just war. And it's just really, really crazy to see it. And it's something a person should experience. This game isn't for everybody. The combat can be kind of twitchy, and sometimes 2B's movements are a little too fast. But there's other elements included as well. You can actually connect to the network, and the network actually syncs you up with other players, and you can see their failings. So you actually have, like say, if a person dies, their body is lifeless, laying there. You'll see a robot carcass. You'll be able to choose this carcass, and you can choose whether or not you want to pray for this person, or you want to revive them. If you revive them, they become a third character, and the third character actually helps you fight in battle, which is really, really fun to see too. And you pretty much gain all their abilities at that point. Or you could actually pray, which is is strange symbolism to humanity. What happens is when you pray for them, you actually gain some of their leftover scrap. You get gold and your experiences and stuff like that though too. The combat in this game is action based, and the player fighting enemies in real time with a variety of in-game environments. During battles, the players can use light attacks and fast ones, which are fast but weak, and heavy attacks and slow and powerful. Those actually play a pretty good part in how well you experience the game. You also have a chipset that could actually be used to tweak how you want to play. If you want full defense, you could adjust the chip just by purchasing parts and then tweaking it the way you want to as your defense. If you want like absurd health with no attack power, you could do that. Same with movement speed and every other thing that you could do. This game is really fun. Most people should just pick it up and just try it out. It's a gem that's on the PlayStation, but I consider this game a multi-plat game. So if you have a PC, pick it up as well. It is published by Square Enix, and just have fun trying it out. It's something I did not even remotely close to expect to actually have fun playing this year, out of a year that was really, really bogged down with titles that overhyped or forced microtransactions and stuff like that. But again, I'd like to thank everyone for stopping by, and I hope everybody has a great new year. And here's to 2018 and what the new games come for towards that year. Let's have fun as gamers. Let's not give a shit which platform we're playing on, and just have a good one. So, Happy New Year and enjoy your year.